Hey, welcome to Anecdote, where I piece together some of the lesser-known stories about hip-hop icons. Q-Tip, one of the founding members of A Tribe Called Quest, MC, producer, but did you know that Tip has also mentored and ushered in numerous artists that are now considered legends? In fact, Tip is said to have launched so many careers that Busta Rhymes recently made this comparison.
I don't think people realize Q-Tip is like the East Coast Dr. Dre. A lot of us don't realize or sing him praise the way we need to. A lot of us came through Q-Tip.
So, is Busta just paying his dues, or is Tip really the godfather of East Coast hip-hop? Let's get into it. Okay, so the year is 1991. Tribe Called Quest's Low End Theory is both a commercial and a critical success, and as his clout in the industry grows, Tip starts receiving more demo tapes. One tape by a young New Jersey MC named Redman gets his attention.
Extremely wild like the hair on Don King. Cause I kick the mode to make your brain explode. It's the funk, now I'm known around the globe.
After hearing the song Jam For You, Q-Tip helps Redman negotiate with Def Jam, and he convinces the label to give the young Reggie Noble a deal. But not only that, Q-Tip also invites Redman to the set of Tribe's new music video.
Acknowledgement is in there, yeah! Head for the border, go get a taco. I see record from the jump street, meaning from the get-go. Sit back, relax, and let yourself go.
Q-Tip was a very important person to my career. He had me in a Tribe Called Quest Scenario video when I was first coming out. People in the hood couldn't believe it. Scenario is also Busta Rhymes' introduction to the world. Busta explodes onto the scene with his dynamic rah-rah delivery, which eventually gets him a solo record deal.
So here's Busta Rhymes with the scenario.
Watch as I combine all the juice from the mind. Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Powerful impact, boom from the cannon. Now bragging, try to reap a mind, just imagine.
But when it's time to hit the studio to record The Coming all by himself, Busta's feeling a little bit lost. So who does he call?
I call Q-Tip. Bro, I need you to pull up and point me in the right direction on how to start this solo album. I ain't never did this shit before, and I need help.
Tip also provides some tough love, helping Busta get over his writer's block during their recording sessions.
Because I started crying in the booth on some baby shit, mad because I couldn't come up with nothing. And, I got this money, I got this deal, and I might have bit off more than I could chew. And Q-Tip is like, yo, come on, what the fuck you crying for? Just say whatever comes to mind and we just gonna record it and we'll figure it out.
That same year, Mobb Deep are also recording their classic album, The Infamous. They also reach out to their fellow Queens native Q-Tip, who had literally ushered them into the industry a few years earlier. Here's Prodigy recalling how it happened.
Me and Havoc used to cut out of school and walk around Manhattan with our demo to the record companies and just stand outside until we seen artists come out. And he was one of the only artists really, that stopped and listened to our music for us on the Walkman. And he was like, yo, I'm feeling y'all, and we introduce y'all to some people.
So for their second studio album, The Infamous, Q-Tip is brought on as a kind of executive producer. He officially produces 3 tracks on the album, but helps to shape the sound of about half a dozen others, according to Havoc.
He helped me formulate my production. I was brand new to it, so I was just like a student, looking at the teacher.
For Q-Tip, working with Mobb Deep is an opportunity to live out his street side, something that he can't really do with Tribe. Mobb Deep are very much living the gangster lifestyle. Q-Tip helps them bridge the cultural gap with studio personnel.
Their lifestyle, the way it was living there, they was smoking and guns in the studio and drinking and arguments and fights and shooting dice. It was all of that. So the engineers was like, oh, fuck. I don't think I can, you know what I mean? So, I had to kind of speak the language with the engineer and be like, well, actually, we have to be able to bounce this and make sure there's nah, my nigga, we gonna be good, my nigga, you know what I'm saying?
After his studio sessions with Mobb Deep, Q-Tip goes back on tour with De La Soul. While in Detroit, he gets handed another demo tape, this time by a young producer named JB. When he pops the tape in the deck, he is blown away by what he hears and plays it for his friend Dave of De La Soul.
He was the first person that I played Dilla shit for. I was like, yo, this dude is ill, right? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, yo, he sounds like your shit, but just better. And I was like, okay, thanks.
Right after the Slum tape, in the demo. Tip got me out to New York, and he wanted to manage me, but he didn't know what to even start. He just was like, yo, I got to get you out here.
Then slowly but surely, I started playing it for people. Like, I would play stuff for De La, and then eventually De La had their own, relationship with him. Pharcyde, I played shit for Pharcyde. That's how they knew it. I remember Common was at my house, and that's how he met Dilla, because Dilla was staying at the crib.
To me, this is the ultimate example of Q-Tip's selflessness. While most producers would get defensive or feel threatened by a younger producer with a similar sound to their own, Tip does the exact opposite and actually showcases Dilla's work for all of his industry contacts. Here's Tip on his mindset at the time.
If somebody got it,
Work with him.
put them on. You know what I'm saying? That's what we should be doing, passing the baton. You know what I mean? And at all times and at all costs, because all that does is help feed you.
Redman, Busta Rhymes, Mobb Deep, and Jay Dilla are just a few of the artists that Q-Tip has mentored and ushered into the industry. As Busta pointed out, if Q-Tip had signed all of these artists to his own label, it would be the aftermath of the East Coast. This theory was actually put forward to Q-Tip on a recent podcast, and here's how he reacted.
Had you been signing people to your own joint, producing them, you would be considered Dr. Dre.
I turned down a lot of shit foolishly early. I don't know, man. I was just doing some. I don't think I was ready for it. You know what I mean? I thought I was ready, but I don't know. I just was in a different headspace.
So what does he mean by different headspace? Here's my interpretation. While Dr. Dre has always had an entrepreneurial mindset, Q-Tip appears to have operated more on the principles of karma, and that if you help somebody, good things will eventually come back to you. So although he may not be up there on the Forbes list with Dr. Dre or performing in halftime shows at the Super Bowl, his generosity has definitely solidified his status as one of the godfathers of East Coast hip-hop, and for that, we salute the abstract poetic. All right, that's this month's story, and as always, I'm gonna leave you with a remix. If you've ever wondered what Q-Tip would sound like over a G-Funk beat, then stick around. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning in, and this is my remix of Q-Tip's Breathe and Stop.
A hard time if your motion is still. Let me move some things around because the lyrics is it. Abstract, you know my sticky D in here. Niggas get on and swear it's they fucking yeah. But yo, your girl just moved to the joint in the club in the car with grooves. Bruh, look, the movement is on. Malman and mommies and Victoria dolls.